man who leads a life of danger. Everyone he meets, he stays a stranger. With every move he makes, another chance he takes. Odds are he won't live to see tomorrow. Secret agent man, secret agent man, they're giving you a number and taking away your name.
Now is the moment for Britain to choose its future. To decide whether we want to build on the progress we have made or risk going back to square one with no plan and no certainty. Earlier today, I spoke with His Majesty the King to request the dissolution of Parliament.
Prime Minister, we are just yards away from where the Titanic was built and designed. Are you captaining a sinking ship going into this election?
So if you look at what's happened over the past few weeks alone, you can see that our planet is working. Inflation has returned to normal. Energy bills today receive up news. Our falling wages, overriding fossil prices in 10 months, and the beginning of this year, our economy grew faster. Pretty much all our major competitors. Whilst I know, of course, there's still more work to do, people are just starting to feel the benefits. It's clear that the plan is working. So now is the time to turn to the future. And in an uncertain world, what about the demand side is prepared to take all action through passive plan, because that's how we'll deliver a secure future for everyone across our country.
Richie's full of surprises, but this election is long overdue. Now it's time for Tory destruction, and the power to pin them belongs to you.
Hey, you say you're getting tired of lettuce and tomato hamburgers that don't quite make it? Yeah! Then look at McDonald's new McDLT. I'm talking quarter pound of beef on the hot side. The new McDLT. Crisp lettuce and tomato on the cool side. The new McDLT. Cool crisp. The beef stays hot. The cool stays crisp. Put it together, you can't resist. Could be the best lettuce and tomato hamburger ever.
It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's. New McDLT.
What do you think about this election?
I don't know nothing about it.
And what do you feel about this?
I think they'll give Michigan a chance again. I'd like to see them back in again. And I'd also like to see home rule for Scotland.
Red is the perfect one. Black is the brooding bad boy. Green is the clown, and yellow, well, she's the girl. So what are you supposed to be?
I'm Scottish!
Well, I'd like to see this party get in the game because the simple reason things have got a bit better now, but I think they could do a lot better for the public.
Well, come on up and tell us what you think about it.
Well, I think things don't go pretty money and not much work.
I'm very pleased to know we are going to have another election. Let's hope we'll have a little bit more than we've been having now.
Because democracy basically means government by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.
Tonight, the Prime Minister has finally called a general election. This gives the people of the United Kingdom the opportunity to vote for change. To vote for a party that is ready for government. To vote for a party that will take your continued survival seriously. The Conservatives have left you without food and shelter. They have persecuted those that are different from them. They have made your lives miserable. These are all policies stolen from the Dalek Empire. The Daleks reign supreme. All hail the Daleks.
మనబలం నాగార్జున సిమెంట్ నమ్మకం నాగార్జున సిమెంట్ ప్రతి నిర్మాణం నాణ్యతగా నిలిచే నాగార్జున సిమెంట్ ప్రతి సౌదంలో మనగాడై నిలుస్తుంది.
Pain event.
At a Conservative Party launch, this is where the Prime Minister is going to speak in the next few minutes, and I'm being forcibly removed. We just simply wanted to have access tonight at Sky News, but unfortunately we're told that because there are pool arrangements in place, we're not allowed to be here. This is, by the way, what we're trying to film is the campaign event where the Prime Minister is due to speak in the next couple of minutes. It's in front of Conservative activists. It's essentially trying to get across the message that we had in Downing Street today from the Prime Minister, talking about stability. I'm sure he's going to talk about the decision he's made. But as you can see, we just don't have access to it. It's not entirely clear why we don't have access to it. But, as I say, this was meant to be the campaign launch for the Prime Minister, for the Conservative leader, in front of party activists, in front of those laws.
I managed to start changing the funding formulas to make sure that areas like this are getting the funding that they deserve. Because we inherited a bunch of formulas from the Labour Party that shoved all the funding into deprived urban areas. Then that needed to be undone. I started the work of undoing that.
Товарищ Сталин, за все, что вы сделали для нашего народа, для нас. Сталин! Сталин! Сталин!
Мира и счастья всем вам, друзья мои.
Prime Minister, thank you. After the local elections, you said the results suggested we're heading for a hung parliament with Labour as the largest party. You've also ruled out doing any deal with another party. So as you outline these future threats, why have you openly admitted that you're not going to be able to stay on as Prime Minister? Thank you.
Sorry, Beth, I'm not entirely sure I understood the question, but what I would say is that it wasn't me who said those things. That was independent election analysts who made those points about the results of the local elections. My point is we've had the local elections now. The next election that our country is going to face is the general election, and the choice of that general election is clear. As I said, it's about the future versus the past, and as I've set out today, we have a clear understanding of what the future entails. The most dangerous time that we've known in a long time, but also the most transformational. And it is only us, it is only me, that have the bold ideas and the clear plan that will deliver a secure future for the country. And that's the substance of the debate that I'll be having.
Rishi Sunak today pitching his big argument for the next election. The country cannot risk change, militarily, economically, or politically.
I'm convinced that the next few years will be some of the most dangerous, yet the most transformational that our country has ever known. Who has the clear plan and bold ideas to deliver a secure future for you and your family?
The Prime Minister painted a grim picture of a world filled with threats of every kind.
Russia, Iran, China, Hamas, gender activists, Scottish nationalists.
Labour, he said, was more focused on the chaos of the Liz Truss era than what's to come. It wasn't all doom and gloom.
Our country stands at a crossroads. Over the next few years, almost every aspect of our lives is going to change.
His reasons for optimism span from AI tech to football kits and from new cancer treatments to the Rwanda policy. A very wide-ranging speech with one big campaign message.
You can trust me to keep you and your family safe and secure from the threats we face at home and abroad. Because with bold action and a clear plan, we can and we will create a secure future.
The 30-minute speech contained no new policy, but the Prime Minister has already pledged to raise defence spending to 2.5% of national income by 2030, and his party desperately needs the political credit to escape tanking at the polls. Rishi Sunak presented the prospect of a Keir Starmer victory as a boost for Vladimir Putin. This is going to be the tone of the general election campaign for weeks and months to come. Now, the Tories have used fear to beat Labour opponents in the past, but will it work this time for a Prime Minister who sometimes seems to struggle to catch a break? Part of his flagship Rwanda policy today blocked by a court in Northern Ireland. The DUP now fear migrants will head there in future, safe from deportation.
Didn't know a mayoral election could be quite as exciting as it was.
In Wolverhampton, Keir Starmer gathering his new team of election-winning mayors. Labour would scrap the Rwanda policy. Its leader says security is his first priority.
Prime Minister today has made a speech. I think it's his 7th reset in 18 months. And we can't afford another 5 years of this government's chaos and division because there's a cost to that.
Both of these men want to be the one that you trust with the nation's security. But study them closely. If they look and sound the same on this, will anyone be convinced that they're that different?
There's a man who leads a life of danger. Everyone he meets, he stays a stranger. Read every move he makes, another chance he takes. Odds are he won't live to see tomorrow. Secret agent man, they're giving you a number and taking away your name.
This has been a 2024 Wolfie Doesn't Have COVID production.